Ever been in a situation where you're walking into a room and all you remember is getting there? Or maybe you've noticed that your memory doesn't seem as sharp as it used to be. It's a common concern, especially as we get older. We start
to worry about our cognitive health, wondering if we're doing enough to keep our brains sharp. Alzheimer's and dementia in particular are major concerns for many as we age.
But here's the good news. There are simple, enjoyable hobbies you can start today that can help protect your brain and keep it healthy for years to come. In this video, we'll explore 7 hobbies that not only keep your mind engaged, but also have been shown to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. So if you've been feeling like your memory could use a little boost, or if you just want to make sure your brain stays in tip-top shape, keep watching. We're going to cover how these activities can help and why they're particularly important as we get older. Let's dive right into the first hobby that can help protect your brain, reading. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Reading? Isn't that something we all do when we're younger? But here's the thing. Reading is more than just a way to pass the time. It's a powerful tool for brain health. When you read, especially books that require deep thought and attention, your brain has to work harder. It processes the words, follows the plot, and creates mental images. This engages different parts of your brain and helps to build and maintain cognitive function. Reading fiction, in particular, is like a workout for your brain. It improves your ability to empathize with others by putting yourself in the shoes of different characters. It challenges your memory, especially when you need to recall details about the story and its characters. Even nonfiction can be a great way to stay mentally sharp by expanding your knowledge and encouraging critical thinking. And here's the best part. It's never too late to start. Whether you're picking up a novel or diving into a biography, reading is a simple, enjoyable way to help keep your brain engaged. The second hobby on our list is something that might surprise you. Learning a new language. It might sound like a big commitment, but the cognitive benefits of learning a new language are undeniable. Studies have shown that bilingual people tend to have a delayed onset of Alzheimer's symptoms compared to those who speak only one language. Why? Because learning a new language strengthens the brain by improving your memory, focus, and problem-solving skills. It forces your brain to make new connections, improving neural pathways and overall brain plasticity. And don't worry, it doesn't matter if you're learning French, Spanish, or even a local dialect. The act of learning itself is what counts. You can start with just a few words or phrases a day, and before you know it, you'll be building your vocabulary and challenging your mind in ways you might not have expected. Plus, learning a language can be a lot of fun, especially if you get to practice with others. Whether you use an app, take a class, or have conversations with a friend, you're giving your brain a great workout. So, how can you get started? Try setting a goal to learn a few new words every week. You can start with everyday phrases that might come in handy during travel, or just pick a language you've always wanted to learn. Apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or even YouTube videos are great tools to help you on your journey. Now that we've covered reading and language learning, let's talk about another activity that's been proven to have a positive impact on brain health, playing musical instruments. It's not just about making beautiful music, though that's certainly a perk. Playing an instrument, whether it's a piano, guitar, or even something like a violin, requires mental coordination, focus, and memory. You have to remember the notes, follow rhythms, and coordinate your hands and fingers in a way that can feel almost like multitasking on steroids. And that's all good for your brain. In fact, studies have shown that people who play musical instruments have better brain function and are less likely to develop cognitive impairments as they age. If you already play an instrument, that's fantastic. If not, don't worry, it's never too late to start. You don't have to be a concert pianist to reap the benefits. Even just learning a simple song on the ukulele or practicing scales on the piano can be a wonderful mental exercise. Plus, it's a relaxing and enjoyable way to spend your free time. So, whether it's reading a book, learning a new language, or picking up an instrument, all of these activities are fantastic ways to protect your brain and keep it sharp. But We're not done yet. There's still much more to explore. These hobbies are not just good for the mind, they also bring joy and satisfaction. They allow you to keep learning and growing, no matter your age. Now that we've covered these 3 hobbies, let's transition into our next set of activities. But first, take a moment to think about which one you might want to try first. Is it reading, learning a language, or perhaps dusting off that old guitar? Whatever it is, remember, it's never too late to start something new that can help keep your brain healthy for years to come. Let's move on to the next brain-boosting hobby. Now that we've touched on reading, learning a new language, and playing musical instruments, let's continue with a hobby that's both soothing and stimulating for the brain: gardening. Gardening may not immediately come to mind when you think of activities that protect the brain, but research shows that spending time in nature and nurturing plants can have a positive impact on mental health and cognitive function. When you garden, your brain gets a mix of physical activity, focus, and relaxation, all of which contribute to brain health. Firstly, gardening keeps you physically active. Whether you're digging, planting, or simply watering the plants, gardening involves moderate physical movement that gets your heart pumping. Regular physical activity is key to maintaining a healthy brain because it helps increase blood flow to the brain, which in turn supports the growth of new brain cells. But gardening is more than just physical exercise. It also requires concentration and problem-solving skills. You need to understand how much water each plant needs, how to protect them from pests, and when to harvest them. These tasks require you to stay focused and make decisions, which exercises your cognitive function. Plus, being outside and surrounded by nature is shown to reduce stress levels and boost your mood, both important factors in keeping your brain healthy. Gardening is also incredibly rewarding. There's something deeply satisfying about watching a seed grow into a beautiful plant or a vegetable ready for harvest. This sense of accomplishment and connection to the natural world has been shown to improve mental well-being, and it can also help combat feelings of isolation, which can sometimes contribute to cognitive decline. Next on our list is a hobby that has become increasingly popular over the years: puzzles. Whether it's jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, or Sudoku, puzzles are an excellent way to engage your brain and keep it sharp. When you work on puzzles, your brain is actively searching for solutions, making connections, and exercising both short-term and long-term memory. The more complex the puzzle, the harder your brain has to work to find the answer, which is exactly the kind of challenge that can help prevent cognitive decline. One of the key benefits of doing puzzles is that they stimulate different parts of the brain. For example, when solving a crossword puzzle, you're engaging your verbal and memory skills. Jigsaw puzzles, on the other hand, exercise your visual spatial skills as you figure out where each piece fits. Sudoku works on your logical thinking and pattern recognition. All of these activities work together to keep your brain sharp and your cognitive abilities intact. What's more, puzzles can be enjoyed alone or with others, making them a great social activity as well. You can join a local puzzle club or get together with friends or family to work on a challenging puzzle. Not only will it be a fun bonding activity, but it will also give your brain the mental workout it needs. The best part is that puzzles come in all levels of difficulty, so you can start with something simple and gradually increase the challenge as you improve. Whether it's a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle or a tough Sudoku, the sense of accomplishment you feel when you complete a puzzle is a great boost for your cognitive health. Now that we've covered gardening and puzzles, let's move on to a hobby that has the added benefit of helping you stay fit while keeping your brain engaged: dancing. Dancing is not just fun. It's also an amazing way to protect your brain. Research has shown that dancing can improve memory, increase brain plasticity, and boost overall brain health. When you dance, you're not only moving your body, but you're also having to remember steps, sequences, and patterns. This mental challenge is a great workout for the brain. Dancing also requires balance and coordination, which is particularly important as we age. It helps improve motor skills, which can prevent falls and injuries. And the best part? Dancing can be done in so many different styles, whether it's ballroom, salsa, line dancing, or even just dancing around the living room. There's no shortage of options, and you can start at any age. In addition to the cognitive benefits, dancing releases endorphins, which are the feel-good chemicals in the brain. This makes dancing a great way to lift your mood and reduce stress, both of which contribute to a healthier brain. It's a hobby that's good for both the body and the mind. So, whether you're in the garden, solving puzzles, or moving to the rhythm of your favorite song, these hobbies are all doing wonders for your brain health. But don't worry, we've still got a couple more hobbies to talk about that will further protect your brain and keep you sharp as a tack. In the meantime, think about which of these activities you might want to try first. Maybe you've already been doing one or two of these. Or perhaps there's one you've been curious about but haven't yet tried. No matter where you start, the important thing is that you're taking action to keep your brain in top shape. Let's move on to our next hobby. Let's now explore another hobby that has been shown to have impressive cognitive benefits: volunteering. You might be wondering how giving your time to others can help your own brain, but research has demonstrated that volunteering not only helps others, but also provides numerous advantages for the volunteer's mental and emotional well-being. When you volunteer, especially in a social setting, you engage in new experiences, build relationships, and give your brain a chance to stay active through meaningful tasks. Volunteering helps reduce stress by fostering a sense of purpose. Having a reason to get up every morning and contribute to something meaningful can be incredibly fulfilling, and this sense of purpose is known to have a positive impact on mental health. It can also help protect against depression, which is often linked to cognitive decline. In fact, studies have found that people who volunteer regularly have lower rates of dementia and cognitive decline compared to those who do not volunteer. The social aspect of volunteering is also crucial. Staying connected with others helps stimulate brain activity by encouraging communication, problem-solving, and emotional regulation. Whether you're working at a local food bank, helping out at a community center, or offering your skills to a cause you're passionate about, volunteering can provide a much-needed mental boost while helping others in your community. Next, let's talk about something that many people tend to overlook: staying social. Engaging in regular social activities is one of the most effective ways to keep your brain healthy as you age. As we get older, it's easy to slip into the habit of staying home more, especially if we live alone or have limited mobility. But isolation and loneliness can be major risk factors for mental decline. That's why staying socially engaged is crucial. The more you interact with others, whether it's catching up with friends, attending family gatherings, or joining a club, the more you stimulate your brain. Socializing involves much more than just chatting. It's about using your memory, recalling shared experiences, and maintaining relationships. All of these activities keep your brain active and engaged. Additionally, positive social interactions can boost your mood, reduce stress, and even lower the risk of depression, all of which have an impact on brain health. So make it a point to regularly spend time with family and friends, even if it's just a phone call or a video chat. You don't need to go to large parties or events. Sometimes, it's the simple, everyday interactions that are the most beneficial. If you find it challenging to be social, start small, perhaps by joining a local group or activity that aligns with your interests. The key is to keep engaging with others in a way that feels comfortable and fulfilling for you. Finally, let's talk about a hobby that might seem a bit unconventional, but has surprising cognitive benefits. Playing video games. Yes, you heard that right. Video games are not just for kids. In fact, many studies have shown that playing certain types of video games can improve cognitive function, memory, and attention. The best part is that not all video games are created equal. It's important to choose games that challenge your brain, such as puzzles, strategy games, and action games that require quick decision-making. These games encourage you to think on your feet, make decisions quickly, and react to changing situations, activities that stimulate brain regions involved in memory, attention, and problem-solving. Video games also encourage hand-eye coordination, especially in games that require precise movements. They can even improve spatial awareness and the ability to multitask. And don't worry, this isn't about spending hours in front of a screen. Even short sessions of 15 to 30 minutes a few times a week can have benefits. If you're new to gaming, consider starting with something light and fun, like a puzzle game or a brain training app. And if you already enjoy playing, try challenging yourself with games that push your cognitive abilities in new ways. As we reach the end of our journey through these brain-boosting hobbies, it's clear that staying mentally and physically active is essential for protecting your brain from Alzheimer's and dementia. Remember, it's not about doing one huge thing. It's about incorporating small, enjoyable activities into your routine that help keep your mind sharp and your body healthy. Whether you start reading more, learning a new language, picking up an instrument, volunteering, dancing, or simply socializing with friends, every step you take is a positive one. These activities don't just benefit your brain, they bring joy, purpose, and fulfillment into your life. And that, in itself, is a powerful protector against cognitive decline. So what's the takeaway here? The most important thing is to stay engaged, keep learning, and try new things. No matter your age, it's never too late to start any of these hobbies. And remember, small changes can make a big difference in your overall health and happiness. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. If you've enjoyed this video and found these tips helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which hobby are you most excited to try? Or maybe you've already been doing one of these activities. What impact has it had on your life? Don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe for more tips on living a healthy, happy life at any age. Here's to living your best life and keeping your brain healthy, vibrant, and sharp for years to come.